Donald Trump's meeting with the Chinese President Xi Jinping was much hyped as a landmark meeting. Trump was positive that a trade deal might be signed during the meet. Everyone was closely watching the highlights from the meet on October 30. But did it deliver, or was it just another meeting with no clear resolutions? Our next report tells you more.
In a landmark meeting on October 30th, 2025, U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping met face-to-face in Busan, South Korea, on the sidelines of the APEC summit, marking their first encounter in 6 years. The high-stakes talks focused on easing prolonged trade tensions between the world's two largest economies. Trump opened the meeting by calling Xi a very tough negotiator, but expressed optimism about the talks, calling it a great honor and praising Xi as a distinguished and respected leader of a great country. Xi reciprocated with praise for Trump's efforts toward peace and stability, acknowledging the tough problems both nations face. He emphasized the importance of the two countries staying the right course, despite their differences, calling China and the U.S. partners and friends whose development goes hand in hand. The meeting lasted nearly 2 hours and was closed to the media. Afterward, neither leader made immediate public comments. However, Trump later described the meeting as a great success, rating it 12 on 10, and announced plans to visit China in April 2026. Xi is also expected to visit the U.S. in the near future. The agenda was broad but intensely focused on critical issues, foremost among them being the U.S.-China trade war and rare earth minerals. Rare earths are essential for manufacturing everything from smartphones and electric vehicles to advanced military technologies, like fighter jets and drones. China dominates this sector, controlling about 70% of global rare earth mining and over 90% of processing capabilities. Recently, China tightened export restrictions on these minerals in retaliation to U.S. export bans on certain Chinese tech firms. During the meeting, President Trump described Xi Jinping as a very tough negotiator, but expressed optimism about productive outcomes. The talks concluded with a tentative agreement to reduce tariffs by 10% and resume American soybean exports to China. More notably, both sides agreed to ease some restrictions around rare earth exports, a critical move given the U.S.'s dependence on China for these minerals. The United States needs China's rare earths because developing alternative sources and refining capabilities domestically or with allies remains limited and costly. The meeting did not delve deeply into contentious geopolitical issues like Taiwan, with Trump noting they don't even speak Taiwan at this time, choosing to focus on economic and trade matters. This summit represents a significant pivot from months of escalatory tariff threats and export bans, showing a mutual interest in preventing further damage to their economies and the global supply chain. Looks like the tensions are easing, but what's next is what will be closely watched by the world, given no deal is final when it comes to China or the United States.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.